So we are here for the NCAA National Collegiate Women's Gymnastics Championships for the 2026 championships, 2026 season. The season starts after the new year because every school does not have women's gymnastics. Not every school does so. And they all do a lot of, meets, like one meet against one. They also do like 3-team, 4-team meets in gymnastics to try to get teams in order for big invitationals. Like people love like the 14 meets. Then you have like excitement one after the other. Where you're going. You have excitement one after the other for the meet because you get team. You get like you know someone in all the four apparatuses in women's gymnastics: floor, vault, beam, bars. And then in men's gymnastics you have pommel horse and rings. And then you have bar. You have parallel bars also. So it's a little bit different in men's gymnastics. But in women's gymnastics, let's take a look here. And it's less popular than men's gymnastics is at the collegiate level. And then on the first round and second round is back-to-back days. You either play the first round Wednesday, they do the second round on Thursday, or you do the first round on Thursday, second round on Friday, and then you do this regional final Saturday. If you do the second round on Thursday, and then if you do the regional second round on Friday, you do the regional final on Sunday, and then national championship semifinal will be 2 weeks. It's not the week, is you skip the whole entire week pretty much. That week, and then that's the week after, so it's 2 weeks from the week of the Sunday of the last regional final. The rest of the week is no meets, and then the week after that Thursday is the national semifinal meet part on ESPN2. It used to be where the semifinal and final were on ESPN2 both. It used to be. I remember that. And I remember that they were simulcast on like ESPN Plus. And now they're on ESPN. They were now with ESPN having ESPN Living. They're not anymore simulcast, but on ESPN Plus, but it's on ESPN2. Or a semifinal. And then ABC gets the national championship, which ABC does actually have a few big meets, like the few big regular season meets that are like part of the Sprouts Runner Classic. I believe they get one on ABC, and ESPN2 has one instead of actually having college basketball on Saturday night. So, and they actually get some Friday Night Heights, like SEC gymnastics, meets, so. If they had the rights to Big Ten, they would probably have Big Ten gymnastics, which I'm sure they could. But they only have the rights to Big Ten lacrosse, which is odd. I'm surprised they didn't get rights to Big Ten like gymnastics meets. I'm surprised. Maybe I guess some of the second tier ones weren't as good, Maybe they have the second tiers. We have in the first round we had Rutgers with a advance with a 186.200. They get their season best to advance to the second round against Oklahoma and the 16 seed Kentucky, the regional host of Lexington. I'll say Rutgers. And then in the other side it's Washington with a season best. They actually had their best 195.725, but Washington did not make as many. They actually did better than what they expected. And San Jose made some mistakes. They got 195.550, and they lose. Or they actually San Jose loses. Washington advances. So then Arizona's It was Georgia, Michigan State, BYU, Southern Utah, and we had Michigan State advanced with a 197.350, being their season best, and then Georgia had some mistakes and did not win, but advanced the second spot with a 187.125. And then Florida bested their season best, the 198.125. They had their best with a 187.753. Then California had a 196.675. Just barely under there, a little bit under, just barely under their season best. So it's gonna be Michigan State, Georgia, Florida, and California on regional final on Saturday, and then that's in the Tempe region, and then in the Baton Rouge regional, we had Stanford, Michigan, North Carolina, and Utah State. Stanford didn't, was a little bit under their best, 187.17. Michigan was a good bit under their best, like half a point under their best, but they advanced 186.6. North Carolina and Utah State do not. And then LSU bested their season best with a 198.375, and Clemson bested their season best 196.686 with a 196.800. 186.8, so that's not bad. So you have Stanford Cardinal, Michigan Wolverines, and then the LSU Tigers and the Clemson Tigers both advanced. So and then we have the second round of the regionals, in the 2 regional second round matches, or actually 4 regional semifinals. We have one in Corvallis, Alabama, Utah, Denver, Oregon State, and then the late one, UCLA, Minnesota, Iowa, Washington. And then it's in Lexington, it's Missouri, Arkansas, NC State, Maryland. And then it's the first one, and the second one it's Oklahoma, Kentucky, Ohio State, and Rutgers.